Well, hello everybody. Welcome to the first Haladene podcast of, we'll see how many. My name is Damien. I'm one of the guitar players in said band. I'm joined here with
Luca, the other guitarist from the band.
I know, oh no, too many guitarists.
Two's all we need.
Well, yeah.
Any more would get problematic.
This
Two's
is
a healthy amount.
Yeah, 3. Well, it's only Maiden really that has 3, right?
I don't want to go there.
You want to go there?
No.
Why not?
Too much.
Oh, you mean he's having another person?
We already have 3. We already have 2 talented guitarists
Yep.
and a bass player who's also very proficient at guitar. We don't need any more.
Hey, Luca, who else is in the band?
We also have Ronak,
Yeah?
who's on drums.
Correct.
He's always an hour late. Player/vocalist who's always either on time or half an hour early, right?
Way more, like an hour early. Yeah,
Yes.
it's great.
And at gigs, he's about 2 or 3 hours.
You're with him though.
We just hang out.
Yeah.
It's
At our show in July last year. July? June?
Which one?
Around there.
The garden
Old
gig?
Bar.
Oh, yes, Old Bar.
I think you guys, what time were we meant to be at? Like 7? You guys got there at like 5:30. And the guys
earlier than that. But
It was so cute.
it was great that we were there, though, because we were just hanging out at the Old Bar, and then this tiny blind man just walks in.
Yes,
and
he did.
the barman's like, "No, sorry, Richard.
Not tonight.
Not tonight, mate. Can't do it." What? Richard, mate, I'm sorry. I just can't do it tonight.
Welcome to Fitzroy.
But poor Richard had no idea what was going on.
Yeah. That was also on Monday night. That wasn't like Friday, Sunday night.
Well, old Richard probably went to the next bar
Probably.
and then, got kicked out of there too.
Yeah. I hope he lives there still.
I want to see him again.
You want to see him?
Next
what do you
time
look
we
like?
play.
I don't know this.
Just maybe 5'3",
Ah.
grey hair, and because he was blind, he had the glasses.
I was blind too. Okay.
Yeah, blind as a bat.
Great. Interesting characters here in Melbourne.
Yes, that's where we live. Melbourne, Australia.
Melbourne. If when Americans. Oh, Melbourne. Yes, Americans. When you come here and you say Melbourne, it's not correct.
Melbourne.
We know straight away you're not from here or haven't been here for very long if you say Melbourne. Melbourne.
But the thing is, the live music capital of the world, is it not?
That's what.
I mean, definitely Australia.
I mean, I've been to Europe. I've been to.
Yes,
They're
true.
pretty crazy out there.
Yeah.
I mean, because we're like literally by ourselves. Like everything is ages from here.
We're very isolated.
So like, I imagine somewhere like Prague or Vienna or whatever has less venues, but
you go to another nearby town
Yeah.
and there's something there.
yeah. Or
Yeah.
people come from other places and it's only like 5 hours away.
True.
Whereas
5 hours away here is a little
it's to New
farm.
South Wales.
Yeah, or even just a little farm.
You barely get out of the state,
Yeah.
and it's only north. How far's border to South Australia?
About that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I
up to
don't know, man.
Mildura is like a 7-hour drive.
Yeah.
Australia's just big and sparse.
It is.
Yeah.
It's so big. Like, I drove up to Sydney on July.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. We went back a different way, but like the main way is still, the short way is like 10 hours.
Which other way did you go back?
Along the coast.
That would have taken you so long.
So instead of, I think up was like a solid 10 or 11. Down was like 4 plus 9.
But a lot more scenic.
Not really. The first bit in New South Wales is, and then the, once you get into Victoria, you go through like it's not boring, it's just Gippsland. Like it's just kind of.
Well, the South Gippsland is pretty nice. You've got
It's nice,
plenty
but
of
like there's no like scenic views really. After
There
the
is a
border,
bit.
because once you get through Eden, there's no town for like 200
Well,
kilometers.
I haven't been to East Gippsland, but around Leongatha and stuff, it's quite
Yeah, but that's like
picturesque.
out of the road.
Yeah.
If you're just kind of driving through, it's like, well, there's a dunny and there's no water. There's no water.
There's the Maccas.
There's no Maccas. No.
What?
It's probably
What kind of a road trip is that?
because I remember we wanted KFC and it was like the next one's in Sale, and it was like 3 hours away or something. Like we just missed it in whatever town we were in, and then it's like, and it wasn't even good. Oh my God, Sale.
Of course it wasn't.
Oh,
It's
well,
KFC.
Maybe I'm spoiled because I live near one that's like not bad.
And also, you just live in the eastern suburbs in Melbourne as well. There's that too.
You make all the country guys, so jealous that our KFC is not just reheated frozen chicken.
Yeah, I was over in the country around the Christmas period. I went up to Albury, which is on the New South Wales Victorian border. I was born up there.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Albury
Wodonga.
It's 2 towns, but it's 1 town, but it's 2 towns.
On the other side of the border, yeah.
Yeah.
but very mountainous up there, very picturesque, close to all the ski fields and stuff.
Yeah.
Then in the summer, people go mountain biking.
I've only ever been through the freeway. Yeah, I've only ever gone like straight through.
No, it's a very good spot up there.
Because the road goes like... So Victoria and New South Wales have like a straight... It's not even a rivalry. I'm not sure how to explain it. It's like, it doesn't matter at all, but like, we can play it up, right? Like, you go... I forget which side. One of the sides' roads is like not as great as the other. So like, the second you're in the other state, the road gets like way better.
No,
for
well,
like a little bit. Am I crazy?
I realised driving into Albury, the roads look slightly different. It's very minimal, but you know, the bloody arrows on the road look different and it trips your brain for a sec. And Albury as well. Albury has an obsession with the traffic lights. They could have roundabouts easily, but no, they're just going to have a traffic light on every single block. It's a nightmare.
Why? Wait, what?
Because they have a love affair with traffic lights.
Isn't the joke of Canberra that like all of Canberra is roundabouts?
I've been through there once.
Me too. It's not that bad.
And it was dark. I was on a bus and it just felt like Friday the 13th or something.
It's very... there's a lot of space in Canberra. Like, a city that's not planned feels very on top of each other, but that feels more human than like... Canberra feels like, well, this is where you live.
Canberra wasn't planned?
No, Canberra was completely planned.
It was.
But like, that's why it feels so like... Yeah. Like an architect was like, well, here's where you live. Here's
like
where you work.
Skylines kind of town.
Yeah. But you wouldn't notice it, but like, but it's just the amount of space is not like, well, this is how much space we could get to build it. It's like, well, how much space do you want for this building? So it's like... Usually town planning is like, well, how much space do we have and how are we going to use it? Whereas this is like, we have all this space. What are we going to do? Like, it's just kind of open areas. Like London, for example, makes no sense.
Oh, it's an old city.
Yeah. Canberra's like 1930s, I think.
Very true.
All because Melbourne and Sydney couldn't decide who would be the capital.
Yeah.
And can you imagine if Sydney was the capital? Oh, God. It's all right. The arguments of, I believe...
Well, I feel like the bigger rivalry is Melbourne versus Sydney.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the only one that it comes out in is the soccer. The teams don't really like each other.
Jesus.
But that's kind of every soccer team. Every soccer team doesn't like
in the world. Yep.
Yeah, the most rowdy fans.
Is it Celts and Rangers in Scotland?
I have no idea, man.
It's Rangers and someone, but yeah, they hate you got to be
what
careful.
towns are they from? Edinburgh and...
I think Edinburgh and Glasgow. I could be wrong.
I don't know, man.
I could be wrong.
I mean...
One's definitely Glasgow.
I know like 4 Premier League teams.
Not
4 or
familiar.
5
Not familiar with
all
the
of
European football.
No, there's AC Milan.
Real Madrid, Barcelona.
Yes. Yep. Good.
Chelsea, Arsenal,
Yeah.
Manchester City, Manchester United. Aren't I good?
Yes. How well
I did grow up in England. How well travelled?
Yes, well travelled.
Well, when I was a kid, we went back and forth between Australia and England quite a lot. And I guess being in England for 13 years, it's very easy to just hop over to Europe for a couple of weeks. Yeah.
I went there for like a couple of weeks when I was 15 or so.
Yeah. But from Australia, it's much harder.
Yep. We are literally separated
from the world.
And if you went to Tasmania, it's like even more separated. You're the separated part of Australia.
And it's very different to Tasmania. That's what people say.
I'm trying to remember. I went there when I was like 10.
It's been too long.
I remember the mountain, Cradle Mountain, a blowhole, which is
Excuse me.
It's the waves come in at the cliff and then it goes through it goes up.
It comes up, yeah.
And as the tide gets worse as the day goes on. Yeah. Anyway, very good.
Very good.
Very, very well planned. All right. We're going to talk about housekeeping for our band. So it's currently January 2024. Today is January 4th. 5th. This will go up today, actually. But anyway, it's a very busy January for us. Probably our busiest.
I'm very excited.
It is very exciting.
Yeah.
Because last month was very busy for us too.
Oh no, it was all a blur. I can't remember what we did.
So we were in the studio late last year, and we recorded 2 songs.
We did, yeah.
We did do that. Do you remember?
It was a bit... There was a few problems, though. I think, I don't know, as a new band, we didn't think to double-track the guitars. Oh. That was pretty stupid.
We can do a deep dive on the recording a little later. Once Confront the Abyss is out. Anyway, Confront the Abyss comes out January 18th. I put it in Spotify literally yesterday, day before.
I don't know. You and Bailey sorted it out.
Yeah.
I don't know what you guys do.
Oh, you can log in and there's no stats yet because it's not live.
No, I'm not gonna go.
Anyway,
there.
so
I don't
yes,
know what I'm doing.
the big dates. January 18th.
That's
First single
when,
is released called
Confront
the Abyss.
is released.
It's very cool. Maybe I'll put a nice picture of it. But I probably won't.
Right here?
Yeah, like right
Edited.
here.
Ta-da.
Haha. The magic of editing. That's on the 18th. The 19th, we're playing a show in Brunswick.
At the Hola Love Bar.
Okay, which Luca tells me is fantastic, kind of a small stage, but that's okay.
Yes.
Does your guitar have a pointy end? A pointy
No, it doesn't.
headstock?
No,
mine
not
does.
really. I think you'll be okay.
I know. I'll just hang around. I'll just hang the
sort
back
of
with.
angle towards the front a little bit.
Sorry, I just hang back with Ronnie.
Yeah.
I'll hit his cymbals with him.
True.
Then the next day, on the 20th, we're going to Traralgon.
Yes, Arcadia Bar in Traralgon. Yeah.
Which should be fun. It will actually be a lot of fun. If anyone wants to drive up from Melbourne to try, it's only an hour and a half. It's not as far as you think.
You know,
from here.
I did convince one work friend to come down to that show.
I was actually going to say when I see the boys tomorrow,
Yeah.
we should each try and get like 2 to come. Because like...
I've
Anyway.
got one so far.
Yeah, exactly.
Because her partner just happens to live
live
down
there.
that way.
Yeah.
Well, no, her
It's a
partner
good
lives down
excuse.
that way. So she's always there on the weekends.
I'm just like, that's so good that they have a bar arcade in.
It looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't expect there to be a venue
But there would be
down-
enough space as well. Like, I imagine a bar arcade here would have like be very cramped.
Yeah.
Whereas like if they have heaps of space, they'd have heaps of machines.
It
and
does
maybe,
look...
like Smash and stuff like that.
It does look pretty spacious.
Is there anything
And
else this year?
one of the band... I think is it Get Wrecked, the band? I think they're from Traralgon.
Are they?
Yeah.
I thought
We should really know who we're playing with.
before that, also we're going back into the studio on Sunday, January 7th, to do some drums.
Yeah, goodness, we are.
Yeah, it's very crazy.
3 more songs.
Yes.
Let's not give
insane.
any information about those.
They are songs. We play music.
3 more songs, yes.
Yes, it'll be fun. They'll be released in due time.
Mm-hmm.
Is that it? And today's a big
think
day
that's
because
it,
the first episode.
Well, we've also started releasing stuff on socials,
Yeah.
every day, or we
Yep,
want
that's
to
the
try
plan.
do it every day.
We're currently at day 3. Yeah?
I forget.
It's going to be great.
I just do things day by day.
Yeah.
I just annoy you or Bailey, say, hey,
Yeah, it's
do
great.
something today. And
Hey,
then I
Dad.
just message Ronak and say, hey, have you
Hey.
practiced drums?
Yeah, that's good.
I work day by day. I think you prefer to schedule things and have a big plan out for a month or even longer, right?
Yep, 100%.
Yeah.
Love it.
I can only do things day by day. That's
Right.
why everything's a blur.
Anyway, so yes, it's a huge January for us.
It
It's
is.
going to be so much fun. Especially those 3 days in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
It's literally
goodness.
in 2 weeks. So yes, our first ever released song.
Confront
fun?
the abyss.
It's really cool. I'm really happy with how it turned out. But in a couple
As
weeks,
am
we'll
I.
do like a deep dive on the song, like when we wrote it, some lyrical themes, talk about like playing, that type of stuff. 'Cause
Yeah.
actually, listening back to, and like, especially with the newer stuff with Ronak's drums, I think he does need to do a deep dive on himself because it's so insane. Like, he could make it so much easier. But
A deep.
he's a drummer.
He would just say, "Oh, I like this." That'd be it. This sounds cool.
Well, I want to hear his drum analysis.
That would be good.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, we've talked about our music, kind of. We haven't actually talked about what we play. Like, what type of music do we play?
Metal, I guess.
I
Metal?
guess.
I think you labeled it as emo thrash.
I did, but I'm not... I don't know. Because, like...
We'll see what the audience thinks.
Yeah.
Let them decide.
unless it's, like, completely obvious, then there's not real point being like, we're this. But, like, I was just like, ugh. It kind of made sense at the time. But it's such a wide sound at the moment. But what will probably happen is either fans or journalists or whatever will just come up with something, and if it sticks, it sticks. You know, they used to call heavy metal heavy rock, and that never stuck.
Yeah.
Like, Sabbath was never, like, metal was... The term metal came after Black Sabbath. So, I think it was a couple years as well. So, like, they weren't actually called metal until years later. Just called heavy
Ahead
rock.
of their time.
They were very heavy to that. Very... well,
They were.
well, here's the thing. There's a lot of revisionist history. Like, people talk about bands as though, like, they knew about each other, but it's so hard to know because we're from this era where, like, if you want to know any band from any era, you could look them up. Their music will probably just be there, and you could say, oh, this sounds like us, or, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, the 1970s,
different time.
It's just a different time. Like, yeah, the way you consume music might be the same. Like, everyone listens to the radio, for example. But after the radio, there's like a big abyss of like... like, I don't even know if Black Sabbath was played on the radio. Like, there's stories of them listening to the like top 40 like sales charts. And they're like, oh, we got into whatever. But like... So people will talk about, oh, Black Sabbath sounds like this other English band from 1969. It's like, they're from whoop whoop.
Birmingham.
Oh, whatever. Oh, sorry. Black Sabbath is from Birmingham. Let's say they're from Birmingham. And this other band is from Cornwall. I don't know where they're from. But like, it's not like now where it's like, if they were a big band, they would know about each other. But like, you don't know if they would know about each other.
Well, also, Ozzy would have just been high as a kite too.
I'm sure no, I didn't have any money early. For like the first couple years. He only got fired after. Oh my god!
Did he get fired?
Oh, he only left. Well, I don't know. I actually don't know the history that well. I believe it's not after Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath, is it? Or is it 78? I don't remember. Anyway, he left. Yeah, and then it became a big like rotating. Who's going to sing for Black Sabbath?
This is all news to me.
You don't? Yeah,
I don't know.
Oh no, our cred. Oh no, our cred. It's all right. Listen to their main songs. All right, still incredible.
Their first album's pretty awesome.
It is actually. Do you mean the one with the woman, or do you mean Paranoid?
Like
album?
In the house, in front of the house, Black Sabbath. I think
it's pretty incredible how not timeless. Yeah, I'd say timeless.
It is pretty timeless,
especially because like
and so much like of that sort of modern stoner doomy stuff.
Oh, still exactly the same.
You can date it all back to Black Sabbath,
but like they're still just the basis of doom metal is like let's play Black Sabbath, but even slower. And
we love that.
It's good stuff. Still from England, but yeah, it's good shit. No, we're talking about us.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like,
what's the name of the band?
Haladene.
Haladene.
Yeah, that's great. No, because it's kind of there's no real limit, I would say. Because we're both the two main songwriters, so it's like Luca will show me something, and I'll be like, oh yeah, maybe. All right, let's do this, do that. Sometimes it's like 100% yes. Sometimes it's like
most of it's just hacking away, isn't it?
Yeah.
For hours.
Yeah, but that's all right. Makes it better.
Because I've already spent hours hacking away at home writing the song.
As well.
Yeah. And then I present it, and then we'll do it again.
And then we do it again.
Yeah.
Yes, musicianships are just literally banging your head against the wall.
Yes.
Until that really bad hit, and then you pass out. That's what it's like, just doing it consistently.
With Confront the Abyss, though, I think that just started out as a jam. Right here.
I think it was at Ronnie's. I was thinking about this the other day.
I think it was.
Maybe the first time. I think we fleshed it out at Ronnie's. I remember you having an aha moment at some point.
And aha moment?
Yeah. It was this time last year, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
I did see an old picture, and yeah, I think that song
An old picture? Where?
On my phone somewhere.
We took pictures.
It was of
remember.
It was of the, the plan that we write down for the song on the board. Yeah. And yeah, it would have been not November gone, but the one before when we were planning Confront the Abyss, I think.
November 22.
Yeah. God, November 22.
Yeah. Yeah. Last year went kind of fast and kind of slow. I don't know. It was a strange year last year.
How about we talk about what happened with the band last year in 2023?
Last year was a crazy year.
A lot of building, I think.
Building, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of writing. A lot of learning each other.
Yes.
Yes, music is just learning your buds, and then getting the best out of it. No, last year, when did you join? 22?
I think I joined July 22.
Yeah. So there was 3 of us. So me, Luca, and Ronnie until... So our first show was in April last year. I was the singer still. And we played 5?
5 and a cover,
5
I think.
and a cover?
Yeah.
What didn't we have? We didn't have G. We had Lonely. It's the same. Yes, actually, a lot of our songs were longer because we've got better at editing them down, making them more powerful.
What's our average time?
Anyway, so yeah, there was 3 of us. So actually, me and Ronak had played together forever.
Yeah, how did you and Ronnie meet?
We met at primary school, actually.
You guys go way back.
Yeah, way back. I have no memory of him. Apparently, he said he came in grade 1 or grade 2, but I have no memory of him then. But maybe like as 7 or 8 year olds. Anyway, So yes, we went to the same primary school, kind of mates, and then I wouldn't say best friends, but friends. And then we went to separate high schools.
Yeah.
And so me and him both got into what are called accelerated programs, which is here. Basically the schools were like trying to outcompete themselves to get the smartest kids.
Okay.
So they accelerated us in maths in my school.
Doesn't surprise me you guys were part of that.
Anyway, he got into one at another school. Now, the reason I bring this up, another local school as well, was that so year 7, year 8, and then year 9, he came to my school into my class for like 2 or 3 days. And then he got into one of the select entry. So here in Melbourne.
Bigger and better places.
Well, I'm not sure if it's better. It's not even bigger.
But maybe
it's
better.
just different.
Different.
So he got it. He can tell you a story, and it's quite actually it's a good and a bad place.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, it'd be so good to put a kid in this accelerator with all these like super competitive, smart people, but then none of them are really friends, or they have a very
competitive.
Yeah.
Attitude.
So imagine
each
like
other.
not working together, but like, yeah. But that gets into my like ATAR's good. Like the school system here is kind of like the school system's good and bad. Like I like kids push themselves, but I also don't like the pressure. But I also want them to care. Anyway, that's a story for another time.
I put no pressure on myself.
Yeah, I know
did
that.
Not care
I did
at all
decently.
at school.
But like, but to him, he got like, I forget whatever number. Let's say 90 plus, and to him that's low.
Of course.
But like in that school, it's low. But in my school, that's like fantastic. Like it's like insane. So you feel it. So it's like it depends what world you come from, and if you're just surrounded by like people who are pushing themselves, like, and the only thing
everyone's trying to. What is it? 99.5.
The highest 99.95.
Sorry.
99.95.
Yeah.
And the year before mine, the guy, the Ducks, or the best score, got 99.9, and he was annoyed at himself for not getting 99.95.
Of course.
Because he did Latin, and he got 2 less than what he thought on Latin.
Oh,
and so he couldn't get the perfect score. And I'm like, dude.
Devastating.
Why?
Devastating.
He's an interesting character. It's just so sad because he just sacrificed so much. And then, oh, what do you want to do? Oh, I don't know. I'm like, well, why are you doing this then? Just to show, like...
This is all they knew.
I know. No, anyway, so...
you and Ronak.
So...
When did you guys...
I'm getting to it. It's not a long story. So yes, different high schools for like the same, like 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
And he mentioned, even back then, he was like, I forget if he mentioned he played drums. I don't remember. But he did. I remember him talking about Atriu, or Atriu. Do you know the metalcore band?
I don't.
I don't think he was a Trivium fanboy then. Not yet. Or maybe
Really?
he was. I don't remember. He can tell you. Anyway, year 9, and then after 2 or 3 days, he got plunked into, not Nelson, Nossal.
A different school.
Which is out Berwick Way.
Yeah, okay.
So basically there's Melbourne High here, which is select entry, where you, and boys only, I think, and you do a test and whatever. And it starts at year 9. And then he got into the second school of that. So there was too many kids getting into Melbourne High, so they made another school out, actually another 45 minutes out of the city from here.
Yeah.
And actually Nick, our friend Nick, went there as well. That's how he knows that.
Okay.
That's how I met.
That's cute.
He was the year above. Anyway, so went to different high schools. Didn't really interact with him. And then literally it was either orientation day or the first day of uni at Monash. We ran into each other.
Of uni?
Yeah.
First day of
I
uni.
don't remember if it was orientation or the first day, but we ran into each other. And then I think I was wearing probably a Seleucus shirt or something like that. And then he's like, oh yeah, wait, I play. I was like, oh, cool. 9 months later, we finally started playing together. So it was me and him to start. And yeah, so we were 19.
Were you guys making originals at the time, or just like jamming covers?
Actually, we made originals pretty quickly. Yeah. A bit of, a lot of fun to start with, of just like loud shit and like having a friend to play with.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. But no, he's still had the same drum kit. So I think this one's stolen from a school, but I shouldn't. Sorry.
Classic.
It was gifted to him.
Yeah, he's borrowing it.
He's borrowing it for his entire life. I mean, I'd probably do the same, so it's fine. Yeah, so we were 19, which was 2015.
2015.
But in between there, we both went on exchange and Corona, but it's been pretty much a constant. At least
2 friends playing music together, right?
Yeah, for years, and we have like so much, and going to shows forever, and yeah, so it's great. You get to see your mate. every week.
But all the other members you brought in, they weren't
we actually
just
played
clicking
a show.
like it.
No. We played a show in when we were 20 before we left for no, that's not right.
Before you left on exchange.
Yeah. Me and him went on exchange the start of 2017. So I went to Norway, and that's a story for another time. And he went to America. He went to Oklahoma.
But before that, you guys played a show together.
We played here as well. And Jordan was our guitar player, actually in the band for like
Jordan.
6 months. Jordan is a character. We'll get him on.
He is a character.
He is the best.
Can't wait for everyone
actually,
to
he played
him.
bass for us at our first show.
He did.
I was looking at the photos the other day. I'm like, oh, there's Jordan. Shit.
Yeah,
I
true.
No, so yeah, it was a bit kind of off and on because uni schedules was whatever. But no, Ranak worked at the Westgate Tunnel project.
I remember him talking.
So
about
he got a grad, and basically that whole. So after Jordan left, after our first
another
show,
guitarist.
we had another guitarist, but that didn't happen until after we got back from exchange.
Yeah.
And then, so that was mid 2017. Basically, we just struggled to find players. So we had a guitar player for a while. I believe he came in He was here for ages.
So there was Jordan, who we're still good friends with.
I went to high school with him.
He wasn't really feeling the music that was.
No,
it's not
he
really
likes,
his thing, right?
No, he doesn't like harsh vocals.
Yeah.
He likes the more Metallica stroke Maiden and not really like.
Yeah.
So he would actually love like Japanese metal a lot as well. But like
not so much
the straight
the stuff that we play though.
No, a bit more modern.
And you had a guitarist that was a good shredder, but he just took off to Indonesia, right? One day.
Yeah. Our friend Kevin. Yeah.
Kevin.
So basically,
Kevin, where are you?
I think he's back actually. I saw him on Instagram. I should say hi. No, it was just. I think we played together for like a year. He also went to Monash and found him on one of those not meetup websites. Finding players websites, and yeah, he was cool. He was very quiet, but that was with I had a lot of the direction back then, which was, I liked it.
Yeah.
But I think in retrospect, having an Ian, as in another person to like give feedback.
Mm-hmm.
Now it might not be what you want,
but what you need,
you had in mind, but it might be what you need. It depends. No idea is a bad idea. You just got to kind of let it, happen a bit, which is just kind of like, hey, let's play the same riff for 20 minutes and see what happens. Anyway, so
after Kevin, was it me then?
Yeah, basically.
How did we meet, Damien?
No.
How did we meet?
We met on this app called Vampire, which was like a Tinder for musicians. And yeah, it was weird because most people are very like, especially on the music meetup stuff, was very like hands off. I don't know how to explain it. They're like,
a lot of people I think are very they don't want to share their stuff too quickly.
No,
sometimes.
not that. It just feels, it's actually a lot like dating apps. It's like people feel very reserved. So like if you come out with like high energy, people aren't necessarily used to it because most people are very kind of passive. But and you actually like literally called me, I think the day somehow we swapped. He literally matched in quotes, and then like literally like 10 minutes later, you're like chatting to me about something. I swear I remember you calling me on Facebook, like literally. I was like, what the fuck? Like usually I'm the one who has to push. So if I'm looking for someone, a bass player for example, I'm the one like, hey, do you want to come? Like when can you come? Blah blah blah. But you were like, hey, so when are you free? It's a kind of reversal of what I was used to.
The way I remembered, I think I messaged you saying, hey, like, do you want to call on the phone or something? And then you were just like, here's a YouTube video instead.
That sounds like
and it was just, it was you just talking about the band saying, hey, it's me and Ronak. And
there was an elusive bass player then, but that's a story for another time.
And there was just a few, thrash clips. And I was like, oh yeah, I could do this.
Yeah. We can go into how you changed it next time. But anyway, so basically,
but
after we
clicked like that.
Well, yeah. I said my 26th. I had a birthday party like a couple weeks later.
Yeah.
And I said to my friends, I'm like, it feels like I've been mates with him forever, and I've known him for like 2 weeks.
I remember you saying that. Yeah.
Stuck with him now. No. So where was I? Yeah, but basically throughout. So 17 to 20. maybe 18 to 20 is probably better. Me and Ranak were like working on stuff, and we had Kev, and basically we just could never find a bass player. So it felt like very like you can never get momentum going because
it's very hard to start a band.
Yeah, it's just getting 4 to 5 people with relatively the same musical interest,
who
the
are
same
friends.
enthusiasm, who are mostly friends, who are friends. That's the easiest part, and then who are decent at their instruments.
Well, just the same, I guess,
wavelength.
Yeah,
it's just like I imagine in the 60s, 70s, 80s, where it's like it felt like everyone learnt. Not everyone. I think more people learnt.
More people learn guitar?
Yeah, I think.
Plenty of people still play guitar today, but I guess...
Only 3% of people know an instrument. I saw
no way.
I know, I should look it up. But I was like, that can't be right. Must be at least 10.
Worldwide or in Australia?
Maybe. Because like
but there are some people that play guitars, they can just strum a couple of chords.
Well, that's playing guitar.
Yeah, exactly.
But like, to us, that's like...
It's
they can play, yeah. Well, they can play with fun, like Taylor Swift or whatever.
Yeah.
That's kind of, most people, that's what they want. I want to be able to play my country or my pop stuff, and that's it. Yeah. Dude, you only have to know C, G, D,
A.
A and E's the same. A and E's the same. I mean, you're a guitar teacher forever, so...
Oh, goodness me. Guitar teaching.
Yeah, it's a lot to unpack. Anyway, so basically, yeah, especially as... It's kind of hard to gauge, but as metal and rock... It's not that it's less popular. I'm not sure how to explain it.
It's an acquired taste, I would say.
I think it'll get bigger again.
It's very harsh.
But, because it's genuine. Anyway, basically, as the fan base... I'm not going to say stagnant, but let's just say the amount of young people coming in is kind of the same amount each year. So let's say it's like 5% of youngins, whatever.
Yeah.
Like it.
Mm-hmm.
That means you're not expanding the amount of players there might be. It's kind of the same rate of new people coming in. So it's not like there's a crazy explosion and there's heaps of players. There's just kind of like there's this many players, and especially bass players. Now, I personally have never had a problem finding a drummer because I've always had one.
That's a huge... No, finding a drummer is very, very hard.
I've heard this from you specifically.
Yes,
that, like,
you're very lucky. Drummers are always in high demand.
Yeah, so...
If you want to find a guitarist, that's probably the easiest one to find.
We're on every street.
Yeah.
And a decent guitarist, because, yeah, so even for now, we didn't have a bass player until Bales joined.
Yeah.
God, when did he join? Middle last year.
Bailey joined, maybe 6 months ago.
Yeah.
It's maybe a year after I joined.
Feels like no time.
Because the first show I played with this band, we had Jordan on bass.
He was filling, technically.
Filling in, yeah.
And then Bales played with us at Old Bar.
Yeah, and Bailey was sort of, hanging around. I think he had a couple of rehearsals with us, and he wasn't sure if he was feeling it, but...
Oh, well.
I guess for him it just felt right at some point.
Maybe our charisma.
Yeah. Well, and me and Bailey as well, we go way back, and we played in a band before COVID too.
Yeah. We can talk about that another time.
Another
There's a lot to talk. It's shit.
There is a lot to talk about.
I mean, we're all... are we old men? Not really.
Not yet.
Not yet. Actually, funny. 3 of us are 27.
27.
And
Bailey's
24.
He's about to turn 25.
Oh, yeah, that's right. His birthday's a couple weeks. Yeah, because we're all like the same age, which is also crazy. Everyone I know is 27. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. That was a kind of a mishmash of everything, but we can get... That's kind of the basic story of this band. We also had another name. That's a story of another time. And but anyway, so Kev played with us for like a year, and then basically when COVID started, he kind of just... I think he was told to leave, to be honest, but whatever. Visa stuff, and, it was a scary time, 2020, COVID times. The dark. They weren't that dark.
Yeah, it's all a blur.
It's all a blur. I mean, you have stories of going up to Bendigo and stuff, but that's a story for another time. If you want to tell.
So I think we should talk about Bailey, the fourth member of the band.
Okay. How do you know Bailey?
Goodness me. 2017.
Yeah.
First day of uni, or TAFE, at Box Hill Institute.
Yeah.
Lots of music students
Peeps.
up there.
Yeah.
There was me and a couple of people in my course. We went to Box Hill to this cafe called Jamaica Blue, just hanging out.
Great.
And then up comes Bailey.
Okay.
Yeah, and he knew...
He would have been like 17, 16.
Sorry?
He would have been like 16.
I think he was, like 17 or 18. But he knew a couple of the guys that I was hanging out with. And goodness me, I can't even remember what we talked about, but we definitely clicked straight off the bat. And I remember one night there was a few of us hanging out, and Bailey just asked me to join his band.
Which one?
Well, at the time, I think the first name we came up with was a while back.
Oh,
but no,
I thought you said a while
no,
back.
well, no, there was no E. It was spelled with an R.
Yeah.
But then we later changed the name to Archeon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But Bailey, the first time I jammed with him, he was just always such a talented musician.
Yeah.
Perfect pitch, and it still blows everyone's mind when
Yeah.
they see it for the first time. He's left-handed. He'll grab your right-handed guitar
And just
play it flipped, and he can play chords and progressions better than you can on a right-handed guitar.
Yeah.
And he's playing it left-handed.
Mm.
Yeah, amazing songwriter,
Yeah.
amazing singer, and amazing person.
Yeah. Really
Yeah.
chill dude.
We love
He's
Bailey.
really nice, yeah. He's yeah. It's so good to have him.
It is.
Like, it's insane. So basically, yeah, it's been
He's our singer/bass player, isn't he?
Mhm.
Yeah. Very, very proficient guitarist, but yeah, he wants to play the bass, which works out great for us.
Great for us, but like, also to younger, if there are any younger musicians listening to this, learn if you want to be in bands, like learn bass or drums. There's so many bands are always looking for basses and drums and bass, and also you can probably get into a cover band or something like that, like that need players and learn really quickly. Whereas guitarists are
not to discourage anyone from learning guitar.
No, but I'm just saying,
that's what you want to do.
If you want to be in, even a guitar player picking
Well,
up
yeah,
bass.
I guess if you want to join a new band, then or if you want to play in different bands, then like there's a lot of drummers that play in different bands because they're just needed.
Yeah, and I think drums really makes the band really adds the energy.
No, I noticed with recording, the drums is so important.
Yeah, but everyone gets to hear it very soon.
They do. Confront the abyss.
So for the
18th of January.
Correct.
Yeah.
We have to find. Actually, I was at the Woolies yesterday, and the milk said 17th of January. And I'm like,
it's okay. We'll find one.
We'll find one. So if anyone sees a milk carton or something that has January 18th on it, or you see it being posted the next couple of days,
drink this milk before Confront the Abyss comes out.
No, it'd be off by then. Because it'd be
drink this milk before Confront the Abyss comes out.
I mean, I know there's like 4 different types of labels.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's expired by, best before, I forget. Used by.
I only go by the one.
Anyway, whatever the date says, just before then.
Yes.
And sometimes you taste it like, nah, it's fine.
Nah, I'll do it.
Sometimes they get it wrong, which is it's fine. Anyway, to end each episode, I would like to propose a quote or an idea.
Mm-hmm.
I think it'd be nice to get some discussions going. So this is more about music in general.
Yes.
The fundamental disconnect at the heart of the music business. So just the way artists earn most of their money differs dramatically from the way most fans enjoy the music the artist creates. Most income from live sales, not recorded music, which most of the time the fans listen to. So, if you're a fan of a band, say Slipknot, let's say you've listened, how many times have you listened to the album? Let's say 30 hours you've listened to them, but you've only actually seen them live for 2 or 3 hours, and that's where most of the money goes. So it's kind of like, if you think of the movie business, you interact with the movie and you pay for the movie, and it's the same thing, right? Whereas the music, it's like the thing you interact with most and are most familiar with, you don't actually pay the most for.
Yeah.
So it's like kind of this disconnect, which is kind of interesting.
Well, unless you're me, I went to see Slipknot free twice.
I've seen them twice too.
Yeah. Well, I've seen them 3 times, but I got in for free twice.
Have I seen them 3 times? No, twice. Anyway, that's what
But yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, it's just interesting. It's
saying.
like, what other business or even entertainment is like that? Because theater is like, you turn up and you watch the theater and that's it, and right?
Well, with music now, I mean,
and TV is the
you don't even need a Spotify account. You can just jump on YouTube and for hours and hours listen to Slipknot.
Well, if you go see Slipknot, it's not literally the same thing.
It's like 120 to see. I don't know.
Oh no, I'm talking about cost. I'm just saying like, it's not backwards, but just kind of interesting to think. No other in games, exactly the same. You pay for the game, and then you get the game, and that's it.
Well, bands now, I think, to make their money, they have to tour.
Yep.
Yeah, unless you're a band like Darko US, I think they just do merch. They don't tour at all.
Well, it's just low cost and side gig type stuff.
Mm.
It also depends if their designs are good. I haven't actually looked up their designs. Depends if you like them.
They're nice.
You don't wear band merch. Oh, that's a story for the time.
I have one Slipknot t-shirt.
Yep. You have a Death Bloom.
I do. Death Bloom Studios.
That's who we
recorded with.
But we'll talk about him when we do it.
Shout out to Mitch.
Alrighty. I think that'll be good for our first ep.
Wonderful.
It's already up to 40 minutes.
Time flies when
Time
you're
flies,
having
yeah.
fun.
You should write a song like. Alright. Thanks, guys. This has been the first episode of the Haladene Podcast. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks.